Виктор Бабарыка, Eduard Бабарыка, Dmitry Karako, Igor Losik, and Sergei Sparish. There are only 5 names out of 362 political prisoners who are tortured in prisons. I will mention 5 names at each of my international speeches and meetings. Dear friends, dear colleagues, I would like to congratulate you all on the anniversary of the Constitution of the Rzeczpospolita adopted on 3rd of May. It is 230 years ago when the first codified constitution in Europe was adopted, which also applied to the Belarusian territories. Now the Constitution of Belarus is a paper that means nothing to a dictator. One of the fundamental principles of that historical constitution states that everything and everywhere must be decided by a majority vote. This is how the Belarusian people, who are direct heirs of this greatest document, elected Svetlana Tikhanovskaya as their legitimate president on the 9th of August 2020. Since then, the dictator Lukashenko has held unconstitutional power in Belarus. Today, my country is experiencing the most massive political repression in Europe in the last 40 years. In terms of the number of repressions per capita in Belarus over the last 8 months, more people have been exposed to repression than during the martial law in Poland in the 80s. These figures are truly shocking. 362 political prisoners, 35,000 detentions and arrests, 3,000 political criminal cases, tens of thousands of dismissals all over the country, people being fired and planning to be repressed for signing for an alternative candidate, among other things. Yesterday, 80 officers were stripped of their ranks for speaking out against violence. 4,650 people reported torture, including the rape of men and women. 9 people were killed, and zero criminal cases were opened against the actions of law enforcement officers carrying out Lukashenko's orders. And this repressive machine is only gaining momentum. 5 days ago, during only one day on April 30th, 14 persons were sentenced in the city of Pinsk, who in total received 83.5 years in prison. The propaganda of Lukashenko's regime is trying by all means to make it look like everything is calm in Belarus, beating people right under the entrances of their houses and not allowing them to gather even in their own backyards. But even despite this, Belarusians all over the country, from small villages to the capital city, continue to find ways to express their opinions and fight every day for their basic rights, for the future of their children, and for the freedom of those who are abused in prison. And I hope that they will come out on the 9th of May against fascism in Belarus. Today I am a European. I appeal to Europeans. We have had many words of solidarity, but it's time to act. Lukashenko understands only the language of sanctions. It is in your power to impose effective sanctions against the dictator, which will stop violence and murder in our country. Back in April, the National Anti-Crisis Management proposed a number of European countries to hold a high-level international political conference on Belarus. This conference could bring the Belarusian issue back to the central agenda of European and world powers, to be a factor of real support and motivation of the Belarusian society, and to clearly state the position that the preservation of the sovereignty and independence of Belarus is priority for Europe and the whole world. To underline that the main principle for any state, including Belarus, is the observance of human rights and freedoms. The conference would have been able to develop algorithm of real influence on the illegitimate Lukashenko regime, using both sanctions and other methods of pressure for democratic reforms, and would have attracted attention of European and world media to the issue of Belarus. We are grateful to Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, who supported that initiative to hold an international political conference on Belarus. Belarusian people, together with Polish and Lithuanians, strive to democratic standards in 19th century. Today again we are striving for democracy. Now together in our democratic unity of Belarus, we count upon the support of world leaders, our neighbors, Poland, Lithuania and Ukraine. Thank you for your attention.